I would say I had a fairly normal family. My dad worked in an office and my mom stayed at home. In a nutshell, we were an average family. However, I always had the feeling that they were hiding something from me. I noticed the signs fairly early. For example, I had dark brown hair even though both of my parents were blondes, and my eyes were blue even though neither of my parents had blue eyes. I'd come to the conclusion that I was adopted. I asked them several times if I was really their son, and each time they said I was, but the way they said it told me that they were lying. Also, when I asked them why I had different colored eyes and hair than either of them, they would always either change the subject or give me some vague answer like, "That's just how it happens." Eventually, I stopped asking. I figured that if they were ever going to tell me the truth, they would do it when they're ready. For the next several years, I tried to ignore my suspicion and act like everything was normal. One day, I was visited by a police officer who told me that both of my parents died in a car accident. At that point, I realized that any hope of my parents telling me the truth was gone. A few days later, I decided to go to the hospital, and I asked for a copy of my birth certificate. Since my parents told me my original birth certificate was lost a long time ago, I knew that if I wasn't adopted, then my parents' names would be on it. When I asked the receptionist, she said there was no record of my birth. I told her there must be some mistake, and she said, "I'm positive it's not a mistake. I worked here that day, and I remember it like it was yesterday. It was the day before the double murder and kidnapping in the parking lot."